welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's Saturday, what sold on eBay day. And take it away, Mr. Magazine.
All right, here we go. We broke open the basement toy collection, started listing some lots here. We got a Kenner, a 1986 Mask, a lot of 8 vehicles with figures. We could have listed these individually, but it's just very time consuming. We probably could have got $40-$50 more, but we lotted them out and still got $115 out of it.
Now, what size are those?
They're pretty small. I mean, they're probably like a 43rd scale or probably 143 scale, 132nd scale.
And do they and I can't really tell from this picture, do they have accessories and things like that with them, or are they just the vehicles?
I think the vehicles, and then each one has like a figure, and see the little guy in the Jeep there.
Oh, okay.
And a helmet. And I don't know if they had any gun weapons. I can't remember.
So that would be one of those ones that, given that you're not an expert on it by any means.
Yeah, I mean, you could do some researching and say, oh, this is mint and complete, or this is near mint and complete, and list them individually. You're talking it would take you 8 to 10 times longer than to just put the lot out and get some money back. And we got a pretty good deal on this big toy collection, so breaking it down. So it depends on who you are, but that's the way to go. And we got inventory like we got to get rid of. So next up, 75 mini cars, tanks, trucks, jets, micro machines. Excellent. This was a lot of, I think some might be open, some might be loose, whatever. It's different brands, but again, it's one of those things where we got $177, and I'm very happy about that. Breaking it down, we've maybe gotten $250 with a lot more work involved, but we're pumping out listings now, so it's definitely the way to go for us right now.
Nice. All
right, next up, folding knives lot, Coca-Cola, 5-cent bottle knives, whatever we got going on here, but went for $30, but again, we got rid of a lot of 5 knives.
Now I'm laughing.
Okay.
Because do you remember one of the earliest videos that we did? We're going back, almost probably 2.5 years ago. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Where I mentioned lotting, and you were pretty much opposed to lotting in general, and I was saying that it's a great way to get rid of stuff.
Yeah, well, we've probably grown triple since then, a few years ago. Secondly, probably didn't have anyone good at listing lots, and we do now. I think that's part of it too. I could put Joe Schmo on it a year ago or 2 years ago, and he could list 5 lots in an hour.
Right.
Where are you going? Unless they're all $500 lots, which they're not. But if the average lot's 50, he might be better off listing 50 Hot Wheels or 50 magazines in an hour or whatever, compared to lots. But we got a new guy now that's, I prep the stuff for him, say, hey, there's a lot of knives, put X amount on, let it fly, and there we go.
Well, that's the good thing about this channel too, though, is you can chronicle how everything has changed throughout the years. Just the other week we had a video up where I mentioned how I was using the offers to, or make offers, let people make me offers on auctions, and all of a sudden I flipped and I'm not doing that anymore. Whereas I was a big proponent of it early on, and now I'm not doing it. And I
wonder
guess
if that's going to change with whatnot.
You'll be on there soon enough selling. Yeah, you're right. That'll change too.
Sure, bro.
But it's interesting, and hopefully this gives the people watching this courage as well. You don't necessarily have to be set in your ways. You can change as market conditions change, as situations change, and so on. And when you see Mr. Magazine up there going, welcome to another Whatnot auction, then you'll know
that I've become a multi-millionaire and I don't need money at that point.
Anywho, don't you have more stuff to show us?
Moving on. Here we go. Hess, 2002 toy truck airplane lot in box collection. A lot of 9. VG probably didn't near.
Those are 9 of the same.
Yep.
Okay.
I got $85 out of it. We have a bunch we usually put on Amazon, and we sold them at Christmas. But now they're getting weird with some copyright stuff, so certain ones aren't even in their database. I think this being one of them. So they were sitting around since Christmas. I go, you know what? Lot the whole case out. Let's move it on, and we did.
And that's a pretty good deal for somebody that bought it.
It is a very good deal. Yeah. They go for $10 a piece. I probably paid $5 before Christmas, and we didn't sell them at Christmas. So you move on.
Yep.
Next up, Dukes of Hazzard, vintage cars and figures
now,
collection.
Are you allowed to list that? Obviously you are. You sold it. But with that big Confederate flag?
Well, you just can't say it, I think. It's one of those things. You can't say Confederate flag, and I don't think you can say General Lee either.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's but people sell this stuff daily. And,
G. Lee.
Yeah, so Dukes of Hazzard's a word you can use. He was
actually in the first rap group I was in, G. Lee.
Well, G League basketball, of course. But anyways, a lot of 14 pieces. Condition varies, rough here and there. But again, look, we got $125 out of it. And I'm sure the person that sold to me as part of a lot, I didn't pay anywhere near that.
No, right.
Yeah. All right, next up, 1977 Russell's DC Comics Superman Flash Shazam playing cards, and I think
Oh, wow.
a couple of these were sealed. Yep, in the description, 2 packs were sealed. I had a lot of people asking about this. Were they sealed? And I said, if you read the condition line, yes, you'll know that 2 of them are sealed. One for $66, which can't argue with that.
So $22 a piece. Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
You see
And that
them
is
all?
something other you might
I've
see.
never seen them before.
but they-
There was Batman in there. I obviously kept that for myself, but very cool.
Nice.
And lastly, going with the lot theme, Universal Monsters vintage 4-inch lot of.
Oh.
These are the 4-inch ones. They're very tiny, and I thought they were common, but we put them up and went for $230.
What year are those from, roughly? 80s, 90s?
I gotta say, late 80s, early
Late
90s.
80s,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah.
it's not even 70s.
Yeah. And as far as being vintage, they're over 20 or 25 years old. So.
But they're not 70s.
But no,
maybe.
definitely not like that. No.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird because we had like a 9 or a 12-inch lot of similar ones, and it went for half the price. So we didn't think
Wow.
we didn't think that was as good as it really was. Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
Crazy.
That is
Yeah.
a little bit insane. Scary good deal. See what I did there?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they're monsters. I said scary
Yeah,
good deal
yeah.
to you. Sometimes you don't
there's,
give me...
there's a lot of monsters there.
Crop production. We're producing something today. Crop production services CPS Dynagrow vintage mesh trucker's hat. $24. I only bring this up because I was at a church sale and they had hats there, and I think I paid $1 for this. And I did buy some other hats at an estate sale back in 2022. Certainly not the kind of thing that I deal in, but when you're out there, church sales, I've said it a million times, they're the perfect opportunity for things like this. Nobody cares. They just want the stuff gone. They got it priced there. Take your chances. That's where you can learn new niches. That's where you just take chances on stuff because you're not paying anything for the stuff to speak of. So $24 for a hat, can't argue with that.
Looks like someone crop dusted a bowling ball on top of that hat.
They may have. Does that look better?
No, not really. Hey.
Hallmark unopened package of 12 French lace doilies. Ended up taking a $10 offer on it just because I'd had it listed since 2016. Basically, it was unopened, which is why I bought it in the first place. I think I paid $1 for it. In the end, we got free shipping on it. I didn't make much money on it overall.
That's a word you don't hear very often anymore.
Free shipping or doily?
Oh, I was going to say French lace, but okay.
But again, I bought it because it was Hallmark. But it just goes to show that, sometimes we do step outside of our comfort zones on something or other like this. Made a couple of bucks off of it. It's going to somebody or other that obviously will be able to use it more than I was able to use it.
Yeah.
But do take chances on things when you can find unopened stuff from back in the day. I didn't get rich on this one by any means whatsoever, but I still made a couple of dollars. And that's what it's all about. Up next, Southern Literary Messenger, January to May 1842, bound volume. Knights of Malta just happened to be a thing in there. I didn't find anything particularly interesting in there. Took a $180 offer on it, I believe. But, just find these nice old books out there. Post a couple of pictures of the table of contents, although I don't think they're... there it is. Yep, table of contents. Can't go wrong. You can make some good money on that. And,
Yeah.
you see anything 1842, that is one of the advantages to living in the East. We find stuff like this. You can find the old stuff like this. It's a little more difficult in other parts of the country, but $180 for an 1842 book, can't go wrong. Meditation, 1880s, Gebby and Company print. Now, this has been listed for so long.
Wow.
Expedited
14
shipping.
years.
Expedited shipping, $6. That would pay for very good priority back in the day.
Yeah, right.
It would. When I listed that,
Yeah.
I was like, $6, that's outrageous shipping.
Yeah.
Obviously, I shipped it out priority. It's under £1 because it's a print, so I think it's costing me $7 something to ship it. But I'm actually losing money on the shipping, whereas back in the day I was making money on it.
Well, and the beauty is you don't even know how big it is. It could be 12 feet big. It could be 4 inches. You don't know, right?
Did I say down below 11.5 by
there we go.
16? There you
Wow,
go.
That's actually a good size.
Yeah, it is good size. It needed the special larger envelope that I send things out in. The thicker large envelope. They do not sell very often. That being said, I bought a big pile of these prints way back when at an auction, and I think I paid like $10 for like 80 prints. So certainly made my money off of that years ago, and this is gravy at this point. So, but I also wanted to put this up because this is what long tail is.
Yeah.
This is a long tail sale. I made money on it. It just takes a little while. Up next, McCall's August 1988, Michael Jackson, Jackie Kennedy, Barbara Streisand, and Betty White. $24 at auction. And the reason why I bring this up is...
It's got all 4 Golden Girls on the cover.
Indeed it does. I mentioned that I had gone to a estate sale, and a buddy of mine had gone to the estate sale the day before and picked off all of the old magazines and left this there.
Nice.
And the funny thing about it is I probably got more out of this magazine than he'll get out of most of the magazines that he bought.
True, yeah.
So,
Yep.
but don't overlook the newer stuff. Do not overlook the newer stuff. Up next, Traffic Ordinance of the City of Rochester, New York, 1940 booklet. Another item that took a long time to sell.
Yeah.
Another 14-year item. Sold it for $5 because I wanted to see it gone. After 14 years, you're saying, maybe my price is a little bit high. $5 plus shipping. Funny thing about this, you know where this sold to?
Someone in Rochester?
Not only someone in Rochester, somebody on my street.
Wow.
I could
nice.
drop it off tomorrow on my way down to the office.
You really should. That would be cool.
Except I'd probably get a ticket for double parking. I'd be like, this was legal back in 1940.
That's true.
And the last item we have today, the Complete German Shepherd hardcover Milo G. Denlinger book, 1952, 3rd edition. You will see this book out there. It is fairly common. I've probably sold 3 or 4 of these throughout the years. I got $29 out of it, free shipping. The reason why I brought this up is, do you know why this sold?
Because it's a 3rd edition. Oh, someone collected Viola Ventimiglia.
Those are both very good reasons why. But the other reason why was because I had picked up at a sale 3 German Shepherd magazines.
Oh.
And I listed them. And right after listing those, the following day, this sold. And it just goes to show that list into as many different categories as you have stuff up, because new listings spur sales of old listings.
Sure.
And this is absolute proof that does happen. I mean, I guess it isn't 100% proof, but what are the odds that the day after I listed 3 German Shepherd things, a different German Shepherd thing would sell? Yep. Somebody obviously stumbled across the new thing I had, saw this, and went from there. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. Do hit the like button, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.